Joining us now from another point of view is Ian Kahn. He's got a book out this year called Undisrupted: Leadership Essentials on Business Transformation, Profitability, and Future Readiness. And he does a show on Amazon Prime called The Futurist. All right. So Ian joins us from Las Vegas. I don't know if Las Vegas is the future. They're having a hard time out there because, you know, the Indian casinos have taken a lot of business away from Vegas. Anyway, that's another story at another time. So am I making any mistakes in my analysis of the media?
You're right on track, Bill. You know, there's so much happening, and it's not just broadcast. It's not, what Warner is doing, what Disney's doing, but it's this whole change in how we consume content. And that has really shifted over the last few years. I sometimes feel that traditional broadcasters are just living in their own world. They've been doing their own thing for the last few decades, but social media is coming in. You mentioned AI. And that is a completely new animal where you absolutely cannot tell if this person you're seeing on screen is me or an avatar, and how you can program it. So it's the era of deepfakes. It's the era of disinformation, misinformation, and anybody can put up a YouTube channel and talk endlessly, nonstop, and actually get some followers as well. So the scene has definitely changed, and we're headed into an era where we need to know what we're watching and if it's actually real.
But the only way that could happen is if the government then got involved and had standards of behavior that all the social media companies would have to adhere to. And I don't see that happening, Ian.
I don't see that happening either because the way it looks like social media companies are quite powerful. They're global companies with a lot of access to people, communities, money, power. And it's the stark reality that technology companies have become much more powerful than you would have anticipated, and hence antitrust laws, and hence the need to break them down. But some companies are much more powerful than the average American knows, based on what they can do and the amount of data they have and what they
Yeah,
know
and then
about
they give
us.
money to the politicians and all that. Homeowners, when is the last time you checked on your home title? If your answer is never, then this is for you. Scammers are stealing titles, and your equity is a target. Criminals forge your signature. Just like that, your home title can be transferred out of your name. That's why I partnered up with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. Please use my promo code BILL at HometitleLock.com, and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you will get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts of any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code BILL. So, your advice to people of goodwill, and that cuts across all parties and all ideologies, who really want to know the truth about their lives and the country in which they live. What is your advice? What do you tell them to do?
It's tough advice, and the advice is don't trust anybody. Don't trust everything you watch, either on social media or on programmatic media or broadcast. You have to balance your opinion by dipping into different pools and get an opinion on various sources. You cannot absolutely just go with one thing and totally believe it.
All right, and that's good
You don't.
advice. So, but that takes time, and most people are working, and they get the kids, and it takes time to go survey. I've been doing media for 50 years, and I don't know how much longer I can do it. I mean, I'm in good shape, thank God, and nobody can beat me, even in my advanced age. I mean, they try, but they can't. But sooner or later, I'm going to fall apart. But I look and people go, well, who's going to replace you, O'Reilly? Who's going to take over? And I don't see it. I don't see, and I'm not being insulting to the younger journalists, but they don't have the training. They don't have the experience. They're not going to cover wars like I did. They're not sent all over the world. And they don't have any of this. so that the
Yeah.
human element, the information carriers, all right, they were first fostered in World War II. That's where all CBS people came out of. World War II, that was a tough slog. And then the others, next generation was Vietnam, and then on and on and on. Now you don't have that. You have Tiffany from La Crosse, Wisconsin, who can't even say what town she's in. And I think that with the technology is really a deficit here in a way people are getting information. Last word.
Yeah, we're actually headed into an era, like you mentioned, of digital avatars. And I completely believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll have, you right there, but it'll be a digital avatar of you, speaking like me, and programmed to exactly replicate your mannerisms, your thinking patterns. And people will be watching the virtual,
I hope
you
not. Well,
and
we're not
and
going to.
enjoying it.
We'll call it out. I mean, as long as we have the platform, and we have an immense platform, as you know, we will not tolerate that. Ian, thanks very much. We really appreciate your expertise and
Thanks for
spending
having
some
me.
time with us.